Hello, this is Sam Hill from Success in Me. This week on How I Came Up, we have Demont. He is an award-winning artist and pastor from Buffalo, New York. We can't wait for you to hear his story. Now let's get to it. This is How I Came Up.
My name is Dejon Demont Motley, and I'm from Buffalo, New York. Well, my childhood was pretty normal and abnormal at the same time. Anybody who knows me knows that my family is a very spiritual family, religious family from Buffalo, New York, and I had to go to church because there was two sides of my life. My dad's side was in the church. My mom's side was in the streets, and so therefore I had the best of both worlds. And so as a child, I saw both. I saw good, I saw bad, I saw fighting, I saw apologies, I saw reconciliation, I saw divorce, I saw struggle, I also saw a great education, and then I also saw the hood. So, as a child, I felt like I was blessed, to have both sides or to live on both sides of the fence, if you will. And, things happened to me just like any other child, but, I turned out to be all right. I'm the baby of 4 children. I have 4 siblings, sisters, 1 stepbrother. But growing up in my household, I only had 2 siblings, but my father had another daughter, and we were raised to love each other though. So I never really knew that like she was like a stepsister. We never called each other stepsisters. Even my little brother, being from my dad's other marriage, we never looked at each other as step. It was always love, man. And we were pretty close, man. I think we were, tight knit. We fought each other, but we were gonna fight everybody for each other. And I went to Catholic school. I grew up. I think the first school I went to was St. Gerard's in the city of Buffalo. It was a Catholic school, and I went there from pre-K all the way to 4th grade. And then I went to St. Anne's Catholic school, and then from there I went to 69 public school, 69 Houghton Academy. Graduated from there and went to the greatest high school in the world, Buffalo Performing Arts. And from there, I went to Jamestown Community College on a basketball scholarship. And, that's pretty much it as far as schooling and things of that nature. So the interesting thing about being a student at Performing Arts, I actually did not get accepted into Performing Arts. And in eighth grade, I was really good in basketball. So I had a couple schools, looking at me, coaches looking at me. And so I kind of chose Performing Arts, which I was supposed to went to Emerson. And I think my transcripts and all of that were at Emerson. And Performing Arts coach said, hey, if you come here, I guarantee you 2 things. You're going to play right away and you're going to go to college on a scholarship. So needless to say, I went to school for like the first week and had gym every day. My parents thought I was at Emerson, and I was at Performing Arts, man. And I didn't major. Ironically enough, I did not major in arts. I majored in telecommunications, TV, and radio. And I did nothing in that school musically except I sang my freshman year once, sophomore year once, junior year once, played drums and sang one time my senior year, man. And I just really didn't even start doing music until I got out of high school. But Performing Arts was a really great school. High school was great for me because, I was focused on education, and I just did well academically and socially, and graduated with a diploma in TV and radio. know, I could always play drums and sing and you know, do those things. I had the gifts, but I never utilized it. My freshman year in college, I really started playing drums seriously. A friend of mine who was a friend of the family, from a very popular quartet group that's like gospel music, called the Northington Singers. A guy by the name of Rashawn Northington. You know, he looked out for me, man. I was playing basketball, matter of fact, at Live at 75 Park, which happens to be directly across the street from the church that I grew up going to, 92 Monroe Street. And the church was King Solomon Holiness. And those guys were doing a shed, but I was outside playing basketball. And jokingly, I came in the church, you know, got on the drums, and Rashawn was like, yo, man, you could really play, you know, and I'm like thinking he's playing. But at the time I was just playing at my grandmother's church. They finally let me play music at the church because I was a terrible musician growing up, you know, so I didn't get a chance to do anything. But at that time I was playing, that was my freshman year of college in the summer. And so Rashawn said, yo, man, give me your number, da, 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 da. Next thing I know, he was calling me. At the time, he was playing bass for the world famous Winans group, you know, in Detroit. And so by that, I think it was New Year's Eve. He was playing also with a group called Unique that was on Ty Scott Records. They came to Buffalo, and I think they fired their drummer on the way to Buffalo. They needed a drummer, and everybody else, all the good drummers, was playing at church. Well, yeah, it's New Year's Eve. So I was the only guy available, and they offered me to finish the tour, and the rest is history, man. So it was a blessing. I was always blessed and fortunate to be in those arenas, man, in the studio. My dad recorded. So, you know, I took a lot of that for granted. Some of the first times I recorded, I just did it. So it wasn't exciting to me because I seen so many people do it. If I could just think back, the first time I actually recorded drums live or even programmed drums was with a guy by the name of Lamont Perry. He had a studio called Millennium Studios back in 1980 something, man. I might have been 11 or something like that, man, 11 years old. And, you know, he was always trying to force me to do what he knew I was going to be doing one day, music. And I recorded in his studio. My sisters had a group called Sisters back in the 90s, man. They had a record deal, and they're very talented women. And that was like my first time being in the studio when I started actually being an artist on my own, which happened in 2006. That situation was a mistake too, man. You know, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, rehearsing on drums for this artist named LaDonna Mole. Her husband was the musical director for the world famous John P. Key and some other people. And I was humming some parts, man. And he was just like, yo, you can sing? I'm like, I guess, you know. And he said, man, you need to write a song. And I went home and I was using the bathroom at his house that night and sat in the bathroom and wrote my first song, God Is the Way. That was the first time I penned a song and actually went in the studio, recorded it, mixed it, you know, mastered it. And man, it just seemed like a blur, man, because I did so much as a kid and took it for granted. You know, I never looked at those moments like it was impressive or I felt blessed. You know, I just did it because those opportunities were handed to me, man. So, you know, that's all I can say on that, bro.
He's got a show coming up in Van Nuys, California in March. Show some love to D-Mont.
Interesting story. So in 8th grade, my basketball coach was like, your name is way too long, man. You're too good of a player and people are not going to be able to pronounce your name. So he started calling me D-Mott, like Mott's the applesauce. He was like, let's just call you that. My first name, of course, Deshaun Motley. So he's like, long name. And it just stuck, man. It just stuck. I've been calling myself D-Mott since 1988, man. And it stuck. Like now, sometimes I sign in work as D-Mott. You know, when I go places, it's just D-Mott. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's been a blessing. If you can see behind me, I've had some success at this music piece. This one right here is representing like most of all of the albums that I did. Joyful Noise, Romance in the Gray, Beautiful Chaos. Here, this one here is my radio show. I have a radio show that I do weekly on OurSpirit.online, you know, the very best in gospel and inspirational music. And so this one right here is my claim to fame thus far. Angel, which was #1 on the Billboard, the gospel internet Billboard charts, all 3 weeks in the month of November of the year 2021. And I'm excited about that because it stayed in the top 10. I think like 22 weeks after that, and it currently still on the charts, man, for a long time. That's a long time, man, many months. So like 6 months, you know what I mean? And so also I have a song called Love Ballad, which is a remake from LTD, if you guys remember that song from 1975 or 76, with Jeffrey Osborne was the lead singer, man. And so, you know, that one is charting, and we expect that one to be #1. But you know, I love the accolades and everything, but it's about the music for me, you know. And I bless God for the opportunity, man, to be liked as an industry artist. You know what I'm saying? So D-Mott, moving forward, here it is, man. I feel like I'm at like a pinnacle place in my career, knowing that I'm a songwriter, a singer, you know, person that encourages. I just finished an album entitled Dirty. July 4th, we dropped that. I'm doing tour dates right now with Life Jennings, and you know, doing some other dates, like, you know, that's stuff that's just coming to me. But I gotta kind of backtrack just a little bit, because the truth of the matter is, for me, I sing all kind of music, man. So I sing gospel music, I sing love music. I really don't have a genre, although my music is R&B, but I started off just singing love songs to God, you know, and so I got a lot of flack from people saying, oh, you know, he's how is he a Christian, or, you know, how does he love God, and he's like singing, you know, this type of music. And so the answer to that is, you know, I'm singing the gospel, man. The gospel means it's the great news. All right, so like every relationship goes through highs and lows. Like, you know, I feel like I don't want to just sing to a God that I've never met. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to sing to a woman who I want to tell her how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You hurt me. You know, you lied to me. I lied to you. Forgive me. Forgive me. You know, those kind of things. And so, you know, I think as an artist, man, I just kind of want people to understand that what I'm gonna be doing next is like whatever I'm called to do, man. I write songs according to how I feel. How does the people feel? You know, what's the need here on earth for like the gospel, you know, gospel music, man. And so there's just a lot of great things happening for D-Mott right now. You know, as I said, man, just, you know, putting out music and letting people decide whether that music is healing and inspirational, man, and worthy of being played. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I had a lot of people that inspired me, man. And so it would kind of be unfair to say, because I had so many people that took time in my life to really help me. But at Performing Arts, the coach was Dave Thomas. You know, never lied to me, did everything he said he would do. I also had my uncle, David Taylor. He was a basketball player as well. and he came home from northern Arizona just to kind of help me to go from a boy to a man, and then I had a lot of other coaches, man. Rest in peace to one of my best friends and coaches at the same time, Elijah Dean Scott. He coached the Dewey Street AAU team and summer league, and so he was a good brother for me, man. Really helpful in my life, and a special shouts out to Coach Vernon Duncan as well, David Legary, BB Eastside Legary. These gentlemen, planted a lot of seeds in my life, man, to help me become the man that I am today. And special shouts out to Live at 75 Summer Basketball Classic as well, man. So those were the people that really blessed me, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sing some songs for you, but I don't know. I'm really looking for the Lord to like do something for me. Anybody need something tonight? No, I'm serious tonight. Anybody need? Come on, think about it just for a second. Think about, you came here. Some of us have good jobs and some money in the bank and some cars and stuff like that. But I don't know about you, but my car can never fill me. I don't know about you, but the money never keeps me.
Those of you who don't know me, I'm a pastor, but I pastor a church in the city of Buffalo. And I use the word "but" because I was getting ready to say, but I'm not a guy that is a God policeman. I don't judge people. I feel like whatever religion that you rock with, or whatever religion that you deem necessary for your soul, it needs to push out reconciliation and love, and forgiveness, and great moral values. And so I feel I kind of feel honored that I was called to do this. I knew I was gonna have to pastor back when I was 8 years old. I knew it, man. I hated church. I hated the things of church because church just made people look soft. But it really wasn't that. What I really hated about organized church was the religion. I hated the control. You know what I mean? I feel like, God wants us to be who he called for us to be. And so therefore I pastor a church where I'm showing people where God is at. I'm saying, yo, this is what you need. You don't need me really to tell you what to do. You need me to help you to hear from God. And that's it. So I'm really teaching people to pastor themselves. And, that kind of goes against the hustle of religion. So needless to say, I'm a pariah, man, but I'm built for it. The church that I pastor is called the Remnant House Outreach Church. We call it the Rock Movement in Buffalo. And I'm excited to do that because I feel like I'm not religious, man, just more spiritual, So I like for people to hear my music and then reach out and say, yo, man, let's have some dialogue. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm open to conversation about spirituality because, God is he's bigger than denomination. You know what I'm saying? Like he's bigger than my way being the only way. And so, I'm excited about being an artist, musician, a pastor. I think all of it is who I'm made up to be, man. And so I feel like, I always was in a place mentally struggling because I didn't know who I was. And now that I know who I am, I'm teaching everybody to be excited about saying, yo, I came up from somewhere. I once was here, but now I'm here. So it makes for a great life. What's next for D-Mod? You know what? I could say I have a lot of desires and everything, but Family is everything to me. You know, I'm married with 6 children. You know what I mean? I really have more than that because I have about 20 godchildren. So I really do everything that I do for my family. You know what I'm saying? I love family, man. I think that there's no better institution than family. And so if I had to say what's next for D-Mod, like what would I want? What do I desire for me? I want to put out great music. I want to put out music that's gonna like mend relationships. You know, I want to put out music that's gonna cause people to be honest. Like, yo, we can't do this. You know, it's not working. We're not compatible. I want to put music out that's gonna cause people to want to be more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I want to like be an old man, live a long life of peace. You know, I want my children to want to deposit something in the land, on the earth. You know, I want my grandchildren to be confident and to be who God called for them to be. And so my desire for me, man, 50 years from now is to just be at a place of peace, man. That's it. Well, D-Mod is social. That's right. I'm social. You can reach me on Facebook at D''Mott. Like me there. All right. My personal page is D''Mott Motley on Facebook, Instagram at the official D''Mott. YouTube, check me out at D''Mott the official. My website, DMOTTmusic.com. All right, you can get all of my tour dates and find out where I'm gonna be, and you know, just support D-Mod. I love you, and there's nothing you could ever do about it either. I'm Dejan D-Mod Motley, and this is how I came up.
Hello, this is Sam Hill from Success in Me. We are excited to announce Season 4 of How I Came Up will air this November. We have educators, entertainers, and entrepreneurs this season. We can't wait to share their stories. Now let's get to it. This is how I came up.